Meeting to order. Welcome to the March 2025 meeting of the Joint Railroad Committee. I want to say that we sit in the shadow of Kathy Rinaldi and with the presence of our new head of Metro North for his first full board meeting. So congratulations, Justin. We look forward to your leadership and your commentary. However, this month you were not the lead. It is my fellow jet sufferer, Rob Free, and we look forward to a jet-free commentary from you this morning and a few months of not having to think about the aforementioned jets. Andy, the morning speakers, please.
Good morning, Neil. This morning we have 8 members of the public registered to speak. As I remind everyone, please abide by the MTA's rules of conduct and decorum. Please refrain from attacking other people, and please address all comments through the chair. Each speaker is limited to 2 minutes. There will be a beep at 30 seconds to remind you of your remaining time. Our first speaker is Anthony Simon, followed by Christopher Greif.
Good morning, members of the board. Rob Free, President. How are you? So today's an important day for me here as the General Chairman. I have 2 minutes to talk about a man who's put 30 years in and 18 on the board, and it's not enough time. One of the most dedicated, loyal right hands that I've ever had. This board has been fortunate to have him. This agency has been fortunate to have him. 30 years on the Long Island Railroad and 18 here. His integrity, his loyalty to the agency, not just the membership, is second to none. I'm going to miss him. You should all miss him. He's a professional. He's going to remain that close to me as he possibly can. I want to thank him. We all should be thanking him, congratulating him, and wishing him 100 years of happiness. And he's done an outstanding job here. And he's got a tie on today. I mean, so he must have known. He must have known I was speaking. But all kidding aside, he's brought a lot to the table in many different ways. He sees both sides, right? He sees management side, he sees the labor side, and he sees what's best for our commuters, as well as our membership. So I had the honor of nominating him on this board 18 years ago. I wish he could stay another 18, but he can't, and he's going to enjoy himself. So I'd like everybody to join me in saying thank you to Vinnie Tessitore. We love you. We appreciate you. Great job. So thank you.
Our next speaker is Christopher Greif, followed by Andy Pollock.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Christopher D. Greif, ADA President of Accessibility. First, I want to thank our MTA police because we've been seeing a lot of assistance getting the people who are not paying the fare, not just on the railroad, but at the subway stations. And the other day did help my mother, who had to get on through the gate, someone tried to sneak behind. We like to thank the MTA police because at least they are keeping our seniors and disabled safe as well. Vinnie, good luck, and we'll still miss you as well. To a Metro North new president, welcome. I know you already, but now I have to say welcome as your new title. I hope in the future we can meet and discuss more future of accessibility as well and continue advocating because Metro North is going really well and want to continue working, making sure our system, both railroads, fully accessible and safe as well. And to the Long Island Railroad, Rob, as well as Hector Hiding, want to wish you both thank you because we have seen a lot of accessibility, Long Island cares that are out there, and we are working on updating signages. But I know we still have to continue working on signages where every station we are. But to continue working together this year to make sure everything is fully accessible. And that's including making sure the congestion pricing goes in and reminds the community who is listening, accessibility is part of what we need to make sure that elevators, ramps, lighting, everything in the technology world for accessibility, even Braille, for the blind and deaf community, we need to make sure that is done. And we need to make that clear. The congestion pricing needs to stay where it is and maybe work a little tweak. Thank you.
Our next speaker is Andy Pollock, followed by Jason Anthony.
Good morning, everyone. This is Andy Pollock from Passengers United. Just want to briefly acknowledge to Vinnie Testaverde. Just heard the news just now, so I want to wish him the best on his future endeavors. Now, let's talk about why I'm here to speak this morning, and it's actually for a good reason. Hollis, yes, the ADA project is finally happening. And this has been years of advocacy from our group. Specifically, I want to thank our president and COO, Charlton D'Souza, for bringing this up to everyone's attention. This has been something that he's been personally working on since 2018. We're so happy that it's finally happening. The eastbound side of the Hollis station is going to be receiving a new elevator. The westbound side is going to be getting a new westbound on-ramp. So if you have a wheelchair or a walker, for an example, it'll be easy access to get onto the westbound platform at Hollis to take the Hempstead branch to Grand Central Madison. However, the only complaint that I have, and it's not been addressed, is the stairwell. And everybody complains, well, it's basically the stairwell is so steep. It's like you're going to fall down on the steps. So I hope the stairs can be also redone, maybe make them a little bit lower. And I also want to mention the platform. Hopefully it's not going to be wooden anymore, because we know that there's a lot of wooden planks that need to be redone. And I'm hoping also, to wrap up my comments for this month, hopefully we'll get more specifics on how the Forest Hills situation is going, because there was something in the committee book that was mentioned that it might restart in April. So with that being all said, thank you for letting me speak, and have a good rest of the meeting.
Thank you for your remarks. Our next speaker is Jason Anthony, followed by Murray Bowden.
Good morning, everybody. Jason Anthony, the Transit Guru. First of all, I want to congratulate board member Vinnie Tessitore in his retirement. Vinnie, we are going to miss you, because you have been a vocal voice regarding issues in Long Island. Vinnie, in your next adventures, I hope that you enjoyed it. I'm going to miss you, because you have been a vocal voice in regarding issues in Long Island. Justin, welcome to your new task, and we wish that we continue to work with you in this new role regarding accessibility issues on the west of Hudson, because this one is the most that needs attention. And this month, I've been to Penn Station a lot, especially in these last couple of days. And it comes to my attention that I see MTA police a lot, but I don't see homeless outreach for a certain reason. Because I don't see our mayor, Eric Leroy Adams, in the station at all. But we see him in our transit system with no personnel from the MTA at all. We need to investigate that, because Penn Station is the artery of the Northeast.
Please conclude your remarks.
I'll conclude my remarks now, and we'll see you guys later.
Thank you for your remarks. Our next speaker is Murray Bowden, followed by Iris Kelly.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can.
I finally figured out how to use this system. I'll be 92. I'm concerned about safety and distracted driving and people not paying attention. Out on Long Island and many other places, they have railroad crossings with gates and flashing red lights. not known to many. It is time to put traffic lights, red, green, and yellow, with gates at every railroad crossings. The cost will be saved within a year. The current president of Long Island Railroad does not understand this. Therefore, it is the responsibility of this committee to immediately replace the president of Long Island Railroad. Tough to hear? The committee is responsible for the actions of its designees. It's your responsibility. I can't do it anymore. I hope you do it. And best wishes to all my friends who I'm not able to see today. It's not so easy to get in there, and considering congestion pricing and everything else, I'm going to have to learn how to communicate this way. It's been a pleasure to know you all if I'm not here next month. Bye now.
Thank you for your remarks. Our next speaker is Iris Kelly, followed by Brian Fish.
Yes. There needs to be more improvements for trains going into Brooklyn. I don't like the way they're being done with time-wise. It's not good. Like on the weekdays, we pull in from Long Island at 10:04, and the one for Brooklyn is pulling out. That's not correct way of doing things. That one should be on track 3. Actually, you put it on track 3 one time before. That should be on track 3 with the other one to line up so we can be able to make a connection. I have to wait another half hour just to get another train to go into Brooklyn, which is ridiculous. And then plus, give people time to make the connections between 1 and 2 to 11 and 12. It's not right. It's like a long, over the Verrazano Bridge is what it's like. But yeah, other things are not bad. Long Island's okay because it's a little short bridge, it's no problem. But from Brooklyn to Manhattan, it's not right the way the connecting points are. There need to be more time for people passing over and get to those areas where they need to be. And it would be nice if it all done correctly. I mean, everything was great before Grand Central came in. We had everything nice. We had things, our trains going to Long Island. We had trains. We also did good connections back and forth. Everything was great, including I had signage for when trains coming in for going out there. Same like I had in Penn Station, had that same short sign, which good people will see that. And there's other things too that need to be done, like the ones that you do have now in Penn Station, Jamaica. The sign is way too high. I can't read that. I'm like, how are you trying to read that? And I'm visually impaired. It was before. It was nice height like this was perfect before you took that away. Put garbage of both of them being advertisement. Don't need 2 of them to be advertisement. It's ridiculous. It shouldn't be happening. And think about your customers who try to make these transactions and transfers to different trains. I mean, try to think of yourself be like if you were trying to catch a train. It's not nice. Thank you.
Thank you for your remarks. Our next speaker is Brian Fish, followed by Alita Dupree.
Good morning. I'm Brian Fritsch, Associate Director of the Permanent Citizens Advisory Committee to the MTA PCAC. There's a lot of positive news to highlight this spring, which is very welcome after a long winter. Record on-time performance, increasing ridership numbers. Justin Bonashek's first committee meeting as Metro North's president. Congratulations. PCAC looks forward to working with you in your new role. A well-earned retirement for Vinnie Testatori. Thank you so much for your service to the MTA and the Long Island Railroad over the course of your career. National Transit Employee Appreciation Day earlier this month. PCAC sincerely appreciates all the hardworking Metro North and LIRR workers who make our railroads the gold standard for passenger rail service in this country. And a Big East title for St. John's, which despite their loss yesterday, which for us transit nerds was almost as good as the priceless video of Jano cutting a rug with Johnny Thunderbird it produced. Yet all this good news is fundamentally at risk over the long term if we do not have a well-funded capital plan which faces 2 clear and present threats. The first is congestion pricing. Some people who live in Washington, New Jersey, and other places outside of New York can't seem to understand why it's working for us here, and so well at that. Secretary Duffy's threat to cut MTA funding over the program are absurd, and we were proud to stand with Governor Hochul last Friday to send him a clear message that the cameras are staying on. The second is the 25 to 29 capital plan, which still faces a $35 billion funding gap in Albany. To fill that hole, PCAC has floated 24 options that would raise a collective $750 billion when bonded in a report called Take Your Pick, Albany. Both of these programs are essential for keeping our railroads in good operating condition, which are desperately needed to keep the red storm of system neglect at bay. We want to keep MTA riders dancing through the season and beyond and encourage all our elected officials to do their part. Thank you.
Thank you for your remarks. Our final speaker will be Alita Dupree.
Thank you. Good morning to chairs. Alita Dupree for the record. She and her with Team Folds. Well, I made it in person. I heard mentions of jets before. Well, 2 weeks ago I flew on a jet airplane in really bad weather and made it. And my spectator activity is plane spotting. That's my jet thing. Looks like we're doing well. We're 80% at least on our railroads. Want to get people back on the trains. When springtime comes, that number I expect should go up because I want us to get back over 100%. Haven't done the railroad yet in my 2 weeks. I hope to do it soon. But I did get to visit Grand Central Terminal quite a bit because you can never have enough Grand Central Terminal. And I did find myself on 97th and Park and saw the exit onto the elevated Park Avenue Railway. And I said to myself, that's Jerry Rafferty. That's right down the line. And I listened to the song and saw the trains go. That's part of our history and tradition. I feel safe on the trains. And I guess mostly I'm revolving around Manhattan and Brooklyn and Queens and New Jersey. So I'm riding buses through the Lincoln Tunnel. But really, my mission is to help us to bring more people on the trains and to finish the accessibility. I have some BART here for you. Don't know. I'm sure some of you have seen it. They're based in Oakland, California, and they have it's a train system. They have meetings, and but I think about just getting out here and hearing Jerry Rafferty and thinking that Grand Central Terminal is not just a train station, but a place to discover things much bigger than ourselves. Thank you.
Thank you for your remarks. Madam Chair, that concludes our public remarks.
Thank you, Mr. Reuter, and thank you to this morning's speakers. Ms. Dupree, it's really nice to see you in person, so welcome. And thank you, Mr. Zuckerman, for getting us started. Long Island Rail, as I'm sure Mr. Zuckerman mentioned, has the lead, even though I am chairing the meeting this morning. Seeing that we do not have a quorum, we'll be tabling the meeting minutes, and seeing that there are no changes in the work plan, we can continue with the agency president's report. Rob?
Thank you, Chair. Good morning. We continue to see consistent ridership growth at the Long Island Railroad, even during historically low ridership months, including a month where we saw extremely cold temperatures and even some snow. February's total ridership increased by 6.3% over February of last year and 8.8% year-to-date over last year. This represents 85% of 2019's ridership. Year-to-date commutation ridership increased 8.6% over year-to-date last year, and non-commutation increased 9.0% over year-to-date last year's non-commutation. And in spite of all that cold weather, the Long Island Railroad achieved a total on-time performance of 96.4% on-time performance, our best on-time performance February in our recorded history. Congratulations to the operations team. We appreciate our employees' contributions to our operation every day, so this past Tuesday, we celebrated National Transit Employee Appreciation Day. That day, I worked out in the field as a trackman with the Sub-2 track maintenance gang under the supervision of Foreman Joe Famulari. I truly enjoyed them and the work, but I think I'm still a little bit sore from all that hard work. We also had a special event at Penn Station with all the transit agency presidents, various employees, and our chairman to recognize and thank our employees. It was a great time with lots of excitement and gratitude. At the event, I had the honor of being accompanied by Joe and Chief Train Dispatcher Mark Allen, two true professionals and great examples of the dedication and commitment of our workforce. I can't thank the employees of the Long Island Railroad enough for the amazing work performed every day, and want them to know their efforts are recognized and truly appreciated. Speaking of our employees, on January 30th, Long Island Railroad Transportation Managers Stephen Light and John Petrone were working at Grand Central Madison when they were alerted to an unresponsive passenger on a train. After multiple passengers tried unsuccessfully to awaken the man, the two managers jumped into action. John cleared the area and retrieved the station's automated external defibrillator. Stephen, a longtime EMT and volunteer firefighter, used the AED on the pulseless man and performed CPR until further help arrived. The passenger was taken to the hospital and is expected to make a full recovery, thanks in large part to the efforts of these two amazing employees, who recently were honored as ABC7 MTA Heroes of the Week. Thank you and congratulations to Stephen and John for their life-saving act. And it actually was a real team effort, like having Grand Central Madison, Grand Central Terminal located in the building. We had the fire brigade respond and also assist with the employees after they got there. So it was really a collaborative effort, so congratulations to all. You may recall we rolled out our Station Spruce Up program last year. This program is an important component of our capital program, which aims to fix up stations in need. One of those stations in need was Mastic Shirley, and I am proud to report we recently celebrated substantial completion of the renewal project there. This renovation was a larger effort that brings the station to a state of good repair, beautifies and modernizes the station. The project consisted of work both seen and unseen. Elements included a new sheltered 2,000 square foot plaza featuring historic photos, a reconstructed platform shelter, new LED lighting, railing, signage, platform and ADA ramp repairs, a digital information screen, and an upgraded security and communication system. A lot of work. Another great element of this project is the majority of the work was performed by a highly skilled in-house workforce who I thank for their incredible work. The station looks great and should serve as a reminder of the need to fully fund our capital program. I would also like to thank our partners in labor, Anthony Simon, who was there to join us, Suffolk County, the town of Brookhaven, local civic leaders, and of course, MTA, Capital Instruction and Develop, for helping oversee this project to completion. Our new and improved Penn Station has been the host of several celebrations this month. One particular event caused a lot of excitement, and that was the Big East Tournament kickoff, but more specifically, a rally for our hometown college basketball team, the St. John's Red Storm. The event started off with a train ride from Jamaica to Penn Station, which included athletic director Ed Cull, the school's band, cheerleaders, team mascot Johnny Thunderbird, and myself. It ended in Penn Station with a pep rally, including Chairman Lieber, music, speeches, alumni, and a lot of cheering. The station lights were also illuminated in red and white for the week to show support for the team. Not to be completely biased for St. John's, other Big East schools' bands were invited and performed in the station throughout the week. It was an exciting and energizing week, which was capped off with the Red Storm winning the Big East Tournament. Congratulations. I'll leave it at that. I won't go beyond what happened after that. As I mentioned before, it is absolutely essential to fully fund our capital program to upkeep our station facilities. Over the last several years, we have demonstrated what we are capable of with that funding, as evidenced by the renovations to the mainline third-track stations and our station spruce-up stations. We've made a lot of momentum, and we cannot lose that momentum. We need to keep progressing. But a fully funded program provides so much more, which is critical to our operation, such as necessary state of good repair. There are also a number of projects included in the 2025 to 2029 capital program that will support speed and reliability. Here are just some examples: Queens interlocking switches and capacity upgrades, Jamaica capacity improvements, modernizing and upgrading switches, the signal system, increasing capacity, and lengthening station platforms. You've heard me talk many times about how critical Jamaica Station is. It's basically the epicenter of our operation. It also includes signal renewals from Huntington to Smithtown and from Babylon to Patchogue, upgrades to the Rec Lead Bridge between Long Beach and Island Park, and 6 substation renewals and upgrades to others. These projects, along with other state of good repair work, will help further improve our service, but we cannot do so without a fully funded capital program. Well, the time has come to acknowledge and congratulate someone I have known for many years and have great respect for, our own Vinnie Testatori. Not to be confused with Vinnie Testaverde. Also known as MTA board member, vice general chairman, family man, volunteer, community supporter, and certified conductor, a title I know he is extremely proud of. Vinnie has worked with us on many projects and initiatives over the years, but one initiative I think Vinnie is most proud of is the revised training program for our conductors, which he was extremely passionate about, to say the least. But over the years, there is one thing that always stood out to me about you, Vinnie, and that's your respect of the craft, conductor, in the truest sense of the title. Yes, you defended the people we represented, trying to get them a fair deal and trying to negotiate contracts and whatnot, but it was more than that. Vinnie was proud to be a conductor and wanted to maintain the image, traditions, and history of the craft. Well, Vinnie, you succeeded, and I hope you're proud of yourself. I know this is not a goodbye, but an until I see you later, and thank you for all you have given to the Long Island Railroad and the craft. Thank you, and that concludes my report. I'll answer any questions you might have.
Congratulations, Vinnie. Any questions? Yes, Mr. Zuckerman.
Obviously, a commentary from the peanut gallery is not enough to thank someone for a couple of decades of service. But if I just as one person, one observer for the last decade, I just want to say a couple words about Vinnie. You get on a board like this, and everyone comes from a different constituency, and you expect the union representatives to have a single note, the old hammer and nail concept, and neither you, and this goes for Norman too, but you always had the two things in your heads at the same time: your members, which obviously should be paramount, but at the same time the organization. You had a business savvy sensibility about the thing, and always a real world way of dealing with business. And I really have appreciated that, Vinnie. We've always had really sincere conversations about what is best for your union and what is best for the organization. And those are not necessarily always the same thing. So thank you for your openness. Thank you for your example you've set. And whomever Anthony replaces you with, he or she will not be a replacement. He or she will be another person coming in, and he or she will hopefully learn the same techniques, skills, and mindset, but you are, in my opinion, at least irreplaceable. So thank you, Vinnie.
Yes.
As,
Mr. Gluckman.
as one who also started his transit career as a subway conductor, I wish you the best for a happy and a healthy retirement.
Ms. Valdivia?
Vinnie, we got a chance to meet when I was chief of staff at the MTA, and I've learned so much from you, and I think just your passion, dedication, and commitment, you are always willing to voice the tough thing, and I really appreciate that, even though it might not be, the most popular of the moment or what's in the zeitgeist. You came back to workers, right? At the end of the day, the workers lead this organization and really make it happen, right? I think TW says, we move New York. It's true. And so really appreciate your grounding in that, grounding us in that every single day. So thank you so much, Vinnie.
Thank you.
Yes, Mr. Chu.
Everyone said so many lovely things. I had the pleasure of seeing how many people love you. I was at Vinnie's retirement party. I think the first thing that Vinnie, I think, has to do in his retirement is build a new wing on his house for all the plaques, mementos that he was presented with. You, and I think Neil said it really well, you always were professional. You and I bonded immediately because we come from similar roots. I also, as an electrician, worked with my tools for many years, and you never forgot that. And I think everything you do represents, it comes through that, you never forgot what it's like to be, in the front lines of service, and you will be sorely missed. But I did have the pleasure of, meeting someone who I think is going to be considered, and he's not going to be a replacement. There's no better man than you, Vinnie. But I think the potential replacement's a little more handsome, but that's okay. That's okay. Good luck, Vinnie. We'll miss you.
Thank you. Yes, Mr. Brown.
Yeah, Vinnie's, he saved me from stupidity on this board many, many times. Just when I was ready to open my mouth and say something stupid, he would step in and say something intelligent. So in that sense, I'm really going to miss him. I'm really going to miss him anyway. But it's one thing as a union representative to come in and pound a table, your members weren't treated right. But Vinnie's always had the understanding, which I think is correct, that the people we move are workers too. And really, a lot of them are rich people, but most of them are just guys or women trying to get to the job. And Vinnie's really made it a smoother ride for them with every contribution he's made. He's protected his members, of course, but I do think that the riders have been better for it. So, like I said, I'm going to miss you. Now you get to hear the full stupidity flow from my mouth.
So thank you, everybody. I appreciate it greatly. Thank you, Anthony Simon, for kicking off the meeting and trusting me in this position. Rob, for the kind words, everybody's kind words. I really appreciate it. It's been a privilege, as a certified conductor. I mean, we have 1,400 certified conductors over on the Long Island Railroad, and I'm lucky enough to be in a position where I can advocate for them. I also would like to say that I hope I did my very best to advocate for every craft in this agency and labor, because it's not just about frontline employees, although a lot of my issues have been with safety and things relative to that. The law enforcement, the PBAs, all the crafts of the railroad. This board gets it that we need our employees and we need to appreciate our represented rank and file. And all I would say is I hope no one ever forgets that, even during challenging times, and make sure you appreciate the men and women that do a lot of the things that we would never want to do in our careers or be subject to have to do. My brother Norman, my labor partner, he's been a king, he's a warrior, he's one of the strongest guys I know, and I appreciate his friendship. Thank you, everybody, so much for everything. Appreciate it.
Thank you. So moving on to the agenda, we will hear now from Metro North incoming President Vanashek.
All right, thank you. Good morning. I will be presenting the President's report on behalf of Kathy for one last time. All right, so in February, Metro North continued to provide safe and reliable service with an on-time performance of 98.5%. In the early weeks of March, we've continued to maintain strong performance with many days exceeding 99% on-time performance, and on March 9th, we had 100% on-time performance day. We also saw growth in ridership for the month of February, 2.2% increase compared to the same month last year. Weekday ridership showed a particularly encouraging increase of 6.5% over last year. Early March has continued the strong trend with several weekdays surpassing 220,000 riders. We also saw robust ridership during the Big East tournament operating extra trains on the New Haven line. And as we gear up for baseball season, we're ready for our Yankee service with opening day set for Thursday, March 27th, and the Yankee Clippers set to begin on Saturday, March 29th. Effective Sunday, March 30th, Metro North will implement schedule adjustments on the Hudson, Harlem, and New Haven line. These changes are critical to advance infrastructure improvements and essential maintenance such as switch replacements, track and tie renewals, and ongoing replacement of the Park Avenue Viaduct and Walk Bridge project on the New Haven line. Based on customer feedback, the spring schedule will bring some changes to our peak services, including added capacity, adjusting stop patterns, improving connections, and reducing travel times. Additionally, we are returning half-hour outbound service to North White Plains post-PM peak between 9:30 and 11 p.m. to support the theater crowds. And as part of the Hudson Highlands Fjord Trail project, our Breakneck Ridge station will close on April 21st, for a 2-year major renovation project while the area is made safer, accessibility improved, and a new high-level Metro North station is built. The station is scheduled to be reopened in early 27. And leading the way on our peak travel time reductions are our New Haven Line Super Express trains with travel time savings up to 9 minutes and our first Super Express train scheduled at 88 minutes. This is a first for Metro North. These significant runtime improvements result from targeted infrastructure upgrades, including signal system enhancements and optimized train routing. Customers will now see 5 of the 6 New Haven Line Super Express trains operating in 90 minutes or less, saving riders up to 25 minutes per trip. Travel time savings equating to roughly 9 days per year. Now, these are real savings we're talking about. These service enhancements reflect Metro North's continued efforts to balance infrastructure needs with operational efficiency and customer satisfaction while upholding the highest safety standards. Looking ahead, we are also analyzing similar opportunities on the Hudson Line to reduce Poughkeepsie Express train run times to 90 minutes, further expanding customer-focused improvements across our system. And on March 14th, the Metro North team hosted Chair Lieber and C&D partners on the Hudson Line to review key infrastructure projects for the 25-29 capital program, specifically focused on the Hudson Line resiliency. This 5-year program is the largest ever for Metro North and comes in an extremely critical time. The tour began with updates on the Grand Central and the Park Avenue Viaduct, showcasing the successful partnership between Metro North and C&D, including innovative methods that expedited viaduct replacement without disrupting service. Again, only 2 train delays as a result of that. And this collaboration will continue as similar opportunities are explored in the upcoming program. We also examine areas in need of resiliency investments, including Mott Haven Yard, which faces major flooding risks at a critical location that impacts all 3 lines. We also reviewed the deteriorating seawall on Marble Hill and landside road slopes, requiring improvements like drainage and slope stabilization. The tour also highlighted planned station upgrades, including accessibility improvements at Ludlow and a full renewal of Poughkeepsie Station with design work beginning this year. Additionally, we reviewed ongoing projects such as Track 1 electrification, culvert replacements, tunnel repairs, and the Upper Hudson Line signal modification. A key focus was service expansion with studies underway to improve Hudson Line access to Penn Station and increase service capacity. The group also visited Poughkeepsie Yard to assess conditions for expanded storage and fueling capabilities. The trip highlighted crucial investments in state of good repair, climate resiliency, accessibility, and service expansion for the 25-29 capital program. The importance of climate resiliency was also a common topic of conversation when I visited Albany to meet with legislators from throughout the Metro North territory. On March 4th, I joined President Rinaldi and Torres Springer in meeting with over a dozen elected officials in Albany to discuss the importance of the 25-29 capital program. The prompt approval of the capital program is critical to keeping necessary improvements moving forward, like Hudson Line resiliency and the GCT train shed. And last month, we reported on the newly wrapped Heritage locomotive, and on February 28th, the 222 went back into service. This is the 6th locomotive in the series, and it honors the New York, New Haven, and Hartford Railroad. Restoring locomotive 222 involves significant effort from Metro North teams, including those in the Harmon Diesel Shop, Stanford Heavy Repair, and North White Plains Freight and Paint Shops. Locomotive 222 represents Metro North's commitment to craftsmanship, preserving the region's railroad legacy, and ensuring reliable service for the future. And as Rob mentioned, Tuesday, March 18th was National Transit Employee Appreciation Day. To celebrate, I spent time in the field working alongside our dedicated employees as an usher, ticket seller, and making announcements as a customer service representative. I want to thank Cash Saram, Siobhan Skeleton, and Kelvin Bryan for showing me a small glimpse into their daily responsibilities. Our entire leadership team spent the entire day out in the field recognizing the hard work of our employees. And to give our customers a chance to express their appreciation, we set up boards in the main concourse of GCT. Senior leadership acted as greeters, and throughout the day, customers left wonderful notes and drawings thanking our employees for all that they do. These boards will now be placed throughout Metro North to be a daily reminder to our employees of what they mean to our customers. While visiting the boards, I had the pleasure of meeting a woman who has been riding our line since the 1970s, long before Metro North even existed. Her gratitude for our quality of service was truly a highlight of my day. It is a great reminder of just how important the work we do is to our customers. I want to extend my heartfelt thanks to our employees. Thank you for all that you do for us. And on March 12th and 13th, we hosted our second confidential close call reporting symposium at Grand Central Terminal, C3RS. This event strongly reaffirmed our leadership and commitment to enhancing safety through collaboration and corrective actions. With more than 100 participants and representatives from over 24 organizations, including commuter railroads, labor organizations, FRA, and for the first time, freight railroads, this year's symposium demonstrating the critical importance of open dialogue in identifying and addressing key concerns before they escalate. This two-day event was both engaging and informative, offering an opportunity for industry peers to network, exchange best practices, and discuss shared challenges. I especially enjoyed the fireside chat with Kelly Coughlin, MTA Senior Deputy Chief Labor Relations, Ed Valenti, ACRE General Chairman for Metro North, and Kevin Sexton, General Chairman of Brotherhood of Locomotive Engineers, BLET for Long Island, where we discussed the importance of strong labor management partnerships and advancing safety initiatives. The C3RS Symposium reflects Metro North's unwavering dedication to embedding safety into every aspect of our culture and operation, strengthening employee trust, and building a safer, more resilient railroad for all. As we continue to celebrate Women's History Month, I want to take a moment to recognize the incredible contributions women have made and continue to make throughout Metro North. Their leadership, dedication, and innovation are the heart of success we achieve, and their presence reflects the collaborative spirit that drives our operation forward. As a team, we thrive because of the diverse talents and perspectives that shape our workforce. This month, we reaffirm our commitment to ensuring that every woman in our organization is valued, recognized, and empowered to lead. Together, we move this railroad in our region toward a future built on inclusion, excellence, and shared purpose. And on a personal note, as a father of 2 daughters, I am especially grateful to all the women blazing the trail for future generations. Now I'd like to share a couple leadership updates. Vice President of Safety, Shelley Prittiman, has accepted a new position at MTA headquarters. So while we are happy for Shelley and her new responsibilities, we are sorry to see her leave after a successful and accomplished tenure with us. With Shelley's departure, I'm pleased to announce the appointment of Brian O'Donnell as Acting Vice President of System Safety. Brian brings experience and dedication to this important role, having built a strong career within the MTA organization. I'm also pleased to announce the appointment of Evan Zuccarelli as Acting Senior Vice President of Operations. In this role, Evan will oversee the departments within operations. Evan's qualifications, commitment, and proactive leadership will serve him well in this new acting role. I look forward to working with both Evan and Brian in their new leadership roles. All right, so a little bit about me. So as the incoming president of Metro North, I'd like to take a moment to share a little bit about my background. So I started my career at Metro in Chicago as a transportation specialist within the transportation department, moving on to train master and ultimately leading the scheduling group, where I was responsible for the service on all 11 lines with over 700 revenue trains daily. I was then promoted to Director of Regulatory Compliance when the industry was in the midst of implementing all the regulations that were part of the 2008 Rail Safety Improvement Act, including PTC and passenger hours of service. From there, I was presented the opportunity to go work in Boston and join Keolis Commuter Service, who was the operator of the MTA commuter rail, as Chief Safety, Security, Emergency Preparedness, and Regulatory Compliance Officer. This was a unique opportunity to work for an operator of the largest contractually operated system in the nation. And with Keolis being part of the SNCF, the French company operating the TGV high-speed train in France, I was able to learn a lot about international best practices through that experience. Then in 2016, I came to Metro North as the Vice President of System Safety, moving up to the Head of Operations in 21. Throughout my career, safety has always been my guiding principle. I've been passionate about improving performance through safe and reliable practices. Over the years, working for some of the largest commuter railroads in the nation on both the public and private side, I've gained valuable insights into what works and what doesn't. But one of the most important things I have learned is the importance of the team, and I can tell you there is no greater team than the one we have at Metro North. I'm truly honored to be part of it. I would like to thank the chairman and the committee for giving me this opportunity. I look forward to continuing to build off recent successes in delivering the safe and reliable service our customers have come to expect and deserve. And here are just a couple photos of the real bosses, my daughters, Charlie and Cameron, at the recent open house in Harmon. So that's my why. And finally, as Kathy Rinaldi's tenure as the 6th president of Metro North comes to a close, on behalf of all the employees in Metro North, I want to take this opportunity to express our deepest gratitude and appreciation for her exceptional leadership. Her unwavering dedication and remarkable contributions have set a high standard for all of us. It has truly been an honor to serve under her leadership, and she will be missed by all of us at Metro North. And with that, I would just also like to say congratulations to Vinnie. Best of luck in your retirement. That concludes.
Thank you, Justin. Any questions or comments? Okay, we're moving on to the operations report. Tom, can we have the Long Island Rail operations report?
Yes, good morning, Madam Chair, and good morning, everyone. And before I get started, I too would like to congratulate Vinnie. We've been friends and co-workers for 30 years, and over the last few years, we've collaborated on a lot of good things, and we accomplished a lot at the railroad. So I really appreciate all that you've done for your members and for working with us on a lot of the projects and things. So, and I hope you have a happy and healthy, long retirement. Best of luck to you. Okay, so total on-time performance for the month of February was 96.4%, above goal of 94%. And year-to-date, as of February, is 96.7%, above goal of 94%. For the month of February, 10 branches operated at or above goal, and year-to-date, as of February, 12 branches operated at or above goal. For major events which caused 10 or more late trains, there were 8 incidents for the month of February. The most significant event occurred on February 3rd when there was a loss of the signal supervisory system at J Interlocking at the west end of Jamaica Station. Our engineering department worked with the vendor to install a patch to correct the issue. This event resulted in 63 delays, negatively impacting on-time performance by 0.3%. For our fleet performance, the MDBF for the month of January was 188,933 miles, above goal of 150,000 miles. For service delivery, we completed 99.5% of our trips for the month of February, and we completed 99.6% of our trips year to date. For upcoming work that will impact service, beginning today, March 24th, on weekdays during the midday period, ADA work will take place at Hollis Station. Trains will bypass Hollis, Queens Village, and Elmont UBS Arena. New York City Transit bus will cross on affairs at Hollis and Queens Village, and customers traveling to and from Elmont UBS Arena are encouraged to use nearby Belrose as an alternative. On the weekends of March 29th and 30th, April 5th and 6th, and April 12th and 13th, switch rehabilitation work will take place in Valley Interlocking on the Montauk branch in conjunction with crossing renewals on the West Hempstead branch. The Babylon branch will operate with hourly service in both directions, with limited semi-express service from Penn Station to connect with Patchogue and Spionk diesel service. Some Babylon and Montauk trains will operate on adjusted schedules, and buses will replace trains on the West Hempstead branch for approximately 48 hours. On Saturday, April 19th, crossing replacement at Snake Hollow Road in Bridgehampton and track maintenance activities on Tuthill Creek Bridge east of Sayville will take place on the Montauk branch. Buses will replace trains between Babylon and Montauk for approximately 30 hours. Please check the website and train time app for updated schedules. That concludes my report. I'll be happy to answer any questions you have.
Any questions? If not, we can move on to Metro North's. Evan, congratulations, and please go ahead.
Thank you, and good morning, and thank you, Justin, for that introduction, and congratulations to Vinnie. The operations report begins on page 24. Our service delivery rate for February was 99.8%. Metro North system-wide on-time performance surpassed our 94% goal, reaching 98.5 in February. Additionally, the fleet's mean distance between failures for January was over 274,000 miles, exceeding our 200,000-mile target. For February, we had 5 major incidents affecting our OTP. We had switch issues on the New Haven line, technical issues in the OCC resulting in speed restrictions between GCT and CP6. And on the Harlem line, we had an altercation response by the MTA PD, a switch failure near CP119, and track circuit failures resulting in speed restrictions. As we look ahead, Justin mentioned our schedule change taking effect on Sunday, March 30th. This schedule will include our popular Yankee Clipper trains, providing extra service during home games. For this Thursday's Yankees home opener, we'll be running our Yankee shuttle from GCT to Yankee Stadium, and regular scheduled Hudson Line trains will be making additional stops. That concludes my report. I want to thank you for your continued support, and I look forward to working with all of you as we continue to provide Metro North customers with the outstanding service they have come to rely on. Any questions?
Yes, Mr. Brown.
First of all, Evan, congratulations. It's the numbers speak for themselves in many ways, but I just want to point out that the 2 numbers that went up, is the on-time performance and the ridership numbers both went up at the same time. I know the riders don't like to believe it, but the increased ridership does make it harder to make the schedule. And to continue to advance both at the same time is a substantial accomplishment you won't be able to achieve each month. The on-time performance numbers are so high. Little blips in service, little problems can create an appearance that on-time performance has suffered. And I think you're really, this is an exceptional performance, and keep it going. If we keep it going all year, we'll be, back to where we should be. And congratulations again.
Thank you.
Thank you. Moving on to safety reports. Lori, can you please present Long Island Rail's report?
Good morning. Our safety performance report through January 2025 is in your book on page 16. We continue to see positive trends in both employee lost time and customer injuries. 3 items of note for this month. First, I want to recognize the efforts of Corporate Safety's Fire Marshal and Emergency Management teams led by Deputy Chief Safety Officer Lee Sorensen, Chief Fire Marshal Dan Gallagher, and Director of Emergency Management Patrick Beckley, who work closely with our colleagues in the Transportation, Maintenance of Equipment, and Engineering departments to support Suffolk County's emergency response to the wildfires on eastern Long Island. This team provided critical fire suppression support using Long Island Railroad's water tank car. Second, I'd like to invite everyone to our first quarter customer safety event at Grand Central Madison, led by Corporate Safety's Director of Community Relations, Linda Katz, and that's going to take place on Wednesday afternoon. And finally, I'd like to thank our Management and Labor Confidential Close Call Reporting Program peer review team. This month marks our 10th anniversary participating in the program. Labor management partnerships are a critical component of a strong safety culture. And on that note, I'd like to personally thank Vinnie for his leadership, his advocacy, and support, and wish him and his family well in his retirement. You'll be missed.
Thank you, Lori. Any questions? If not, we can move on to Metro North. Brian, please present your report, and congratulations.
Thank you. Good morning. My name is Brian O'Donnell, and as Justin mentioned, I am newly appointed Acting Vice President for Metro North System Safety. The safety report can be found on page 30 of the Performance Metrics book. Metro North's customer and employee injury rates continue to show improvement over the prior reporting period. The current 12-month reporting period covers February 2024 through January 2025 and is compared to the prior 12 months in the prior year. The reportable customer injury rate decreased from 1.98 to 1.43 per 1 million customers in the current 12-month reporting period compared to the prior 12 months. The reportable employee lost time injury rate decreased from 1.97 to 1.61 per 200,000 working hours compared to the prior 12 months. Metro North refreshed its safety committee structure in 2024 to increase employee engagement, communication, and safety awareness across the territory. These monthly meetings include both labor and management and are helping improve our injury numbers. This concludes my remarks, and I'm happy to answer any questions.
Thank you. Any questions? If not, we can move on to MTA Police Report. Chief Taffy, good morning.
Good morning. I'm here to present the February 2025 Crime and Policing Report for the Long Island Railroad and the Metro North Railroad. Major crime on the rail system remains low, with only 12 reported incidents in February of 2025, marking a 52% decrease compared to the same period last year, when there was 25 crimes reported. Both larcenies and assaults have been reduced by more than half, and no district reported more than 5 crimes. Of the 12 incidents, 7 involved commuters, with most cases related to stolen unattended property. The remaining crimes target the MTA and its employees, including 2 police officers. While crime against employees have declined, they remain a significant concern. Thankfully, no conductors were assaulted in February. The police department continues to support the train conductors by increasing train patrols and strategically positioning officers at key stations. This allows us to intercept trains where crime and quality of life concerns are prevalent. In February, we conducted over 3,700 train patrols for a year-to-date increase of 21% patrols over 2024. Officers issued over 480 criminal summonses, with approximately half of those related to fare evasion, and officers also made over 250 arrests, with majority involving theft of service. We remain fully committed to working with our MTA partners to ensure a safe and secure rail system while supporting smooth operations for all passengers. That concludes the February 2025 Crime and Policing Report. Welcome to all the new members, and Vinnie, congratulations and good luck.
Thank you. Any questions for Chief Taffy? Okay, we're now on to information items. We have a special presentation regarding the spruce ups on stations in the Long Island Rail, led by Teresa and Don.
Hello, everybody. I'm Teresa Dorsey, the Chief Stations Officer. With me is Don Olson, our Deputy Chief Engineer. Today, we're going to brief you on our Station Spruce Up program. The goal of the program is to beautify stations quickly and efficiently to provide our customers with a brighter, cleaner, and better station environment. The key elements of the Spruce Up program are to improve station building and restroom conditions, repair damaged shelter shed components, upgrade to LED lighting, replace old weathered station signage, and enhance cleaning initiatives. The Stations Department and the Engineering Department worked together to determine the stations to be spruced up. This was done through assessments, discussions, collaboration between multiple departments and disciplines, teamwork, safety, security concerns, feedback from senior staff, and meetings to work out the plan. This is our completed station spruce up listing for 2024. There were 11 stations completed. Once the work is completed, we hang banners to let the customers know.
As Teresa mentioned, the Stations and Engineering Department work collaboratively to assess the needs of each station, using station inspection reports to determine the appropriate level of attention for each location on the list. We coordinated bulk ordering of materials and assembled teams systematically to ensure efficient progress and maximizing productivity. Additionally, we worked together to schedule multiple trades and station cleaners while holding frequent meetings to ensure we met the goal of completing 12 station spruce ups within 2024. The following slides will showcase some of the work completed. Each station received various levels of attention based on the initial condition ratings. The Oakdale Station restroom was transformed into an ADA accessible single occupancy facility with new flooring, braille signage at the entrance, updated fixtures, floor tiles, and a fresh coat of paint. The overall appearance of the bathroom was significantly enhanced. The exterior and interior Plan Dome Station building was revitalized with a fresh coat of paint, newly installed floors, windows, doors, and LED lighting. At Central Islip, we upgraded the station lighting to LED lights, increasing brightness and illumination. The LED lights are a cost-efficient alternative to the high-pressure sodium lights previously used and offer a more pleasing experience for our customers. The Mastic Shirley Station rehabilitation was an enhanced capital-funded spruce-up. It was a combined effort between MTA Construction and Development, Long Island Railroad Engineering, and the station's departments. This rehabilitation included the construction of a 2,000 square foot shelter shed at street level, a new platform shelter shed, and ADA accessible ramps, as well as refurbished railings, new station signage, platform repairs including epoxy coating, and the installation of new tactile. As you can see, replacing the damaged and faded plexiglass windows in our shelter sheds, repairing and painting the damaged frames, and replacing updated signage around our ticket vending machines greatly enhances both the visibility and appearance of these structures.
Spruced up stations also receive heavy-duty cleaning, including steam cleaning of tile grout, floors and walls in bathrooms, and power washing of exterior buildings and platforms. These are the stations that we plan to spruce up this year. On a final note, all of this work was performed by our own workforce. We're thankful and appreciate the hard work by all the employees who contributed to this initiative. Without their skills, this program would not have been a success. A special thanks to our electricians, plumbers, B&B mechanics, station cleaners, supervisors, and managers who all worked hard to make the stations look great. After a productive year of sprucing of stations in 2024, Don and I are looking forward to working together again this year to improve the station environment for our customers. Thank you.
Thank you, Teresa and Don. Any questions for them? Yes, Mr. Brinkman.
Yes, can you tell me when the Sayville station was completed? Was it in the past month?
It wasn't in the past month. It was 2024. We'd have to get back to you on the exact date.
No, you don't need to. I just need you to revisit the Sayville station. In particular, the stairway leading up to the bridge going across.
Okay.
It needs a lot of work. Thank you.
Okay.
Sir, we currently have a crew working on site, replacing stair risers on that said staircase.
Okay, now I noticed that a couple on the bottom, but the top ones on the top hadn't been touched, but I haven't been across there in about 2-3 weeks, so.
We're going through and assessing the entire staircase.
Okay, I appreciate
And
that.
overpass. You're welcome.
Thank you.
Sure.
Any other questions? Okay. Rob, would you like to continue with information items for Long Island Rail, please?
Okay, thank you, Chair. Tommy had mentioned the schedule changes upcoming. That's in the book. The diversity EEO report for the fourth quarter is also in the book. And that's it. That's it for the long. I'm sorry. The annual elevator and escalator report. I'm sorry, is in the book as well.
Great, thank you. And Justin for Metro North?
Sure. So the annual elevator escalator reports in the book. Schedule change I touch on as part of my remarks. Diversity EEO reports in the book, and the license with Monse developers and builders for the parking and land along Commerce in Spring Valley is in the book as well.
Thank you, Justin. Finance reports for the railroads are also in your book, and there are no procurements for this month. With that being said, may I have a motion and a second to adjourn? Yes, Midori and Sammy. Thank you. All in favor? Meeting's adjourned. Thank you so much, everybody. Have a great rest of the day.